update our top story now. Sudanese demonstrators are out on the streets of Khartoum demanding civilian rule be restored. The Sudanese Central Doctors Committee says 10 people have been killed in Wednesday's protests. That's in addition to 8 people who were killed in the weekend protests. The US has sent the Assistant Secretary of State for Africa, Moalifi, to Khartoum to meet with the Prime Minister. Meanwhile, the military junta released Al Jazeera Sudan bureau chief after detaining him for 2 days. No word yet on why. Musalmi El Kabbashi was detained. That's what's led to questions about freedom of the press in Sudan. Well, time now for the exchange where we'll look into that question. We're joined by Al Jazeera's managing editor, Mohamed Moawad. Good to have you with us.
Good to be with you, Lynda. Thanks for putting a spotlight on this.
It's certainly a story that needs the spotlight. Now, I just want to remind our viewers that the Al Jazeera bureau chief in Sudan was arrested 3 days ago after security forces raided his home. El Kabbashi, of course, is a veteran journalist, having worked for decades, having decades of experience. He's been released, which I'm sure is a huge relief. Just tell us about why he was arrested.
As you mentioned, Lynda, Musalmi El Kabbashi, our bureau chief in Sudan, and he's a prominent journalist in Sudan, well-known veteran journalist in Sudan, who's been working in journalism for like 20 or 25 years. His home was raided 2 days back when the authorities took him, from his family to a place that we didn't figure out where exactly until the next day when we asked the authorities and we asked for his release. They said that he is under investigation, and there was no reason given to us as for anything related to what's going on in Sudan or why he was arrested. Is it related to our coverage? Is it related to the protests happening in Sudan right now? We were told that this is under the emergency law and he is under investigation and he has to meet the prosecutor. Next day, he met the prosecutor and he ordered his immediate release, and then he was again detained and moved to a prison, Suba prison, which is in the capital of Sudan, Khartoum. And then after hours, he was released, and that's after a campaign of denouncement from all the journalistic community. And we think that this has something to do with what's going on in Sudan right now. And this is a pattern now that we're seeing in the Middle East. By the way, we're facing the same situation in Tunisia as well, where our journalists' credentials and permits were revoked. They're not allowed to cover the news in Tunisia. They were told that Al Jazeera's coverage is escalating the situation on the ground. We think that this is a misinterpretation of the journalism task. We are there everywhere since the launch of Al Jazeera 25 years back. We are there because people need accurate, impartial coverage of the news, and we think this is Al Jazeera's core values from the beginning of this organization. And the fact that the authorities in Tunisia or in Sudan thinks that we are escalating the situation in the ground is inaccurate. What we're doing is that we're having our correspondents cover the news as it happens, and that's it.
I mean, as you say, this is a story that needs to be told. But as you're saying, El Kabbashi was released, but is unable to continue doing his job.
Exactly, and the intimidation continues. And yes, we have our correspondents covering the news from the field. I'm talking to you from Al Jazeera's newsroom right now, where our colleagues are preparing the coverage on the top of the hour by the first headline from Sudan, because today was a big day for protesters. Our correspondent, Ahmed Al-Rahid, was there in the field covering the news, and he was able to do so, but he's risking his freedom, he's risking his life. The situation is ambiguous. And what's really shocking here, Lynda, is that the chief general of the army in Sudan was himself on Al Jazeera in an exclusive interview days back, and we gave him the platform to speak, to answer the questions that we asked him about. The
Yeah.
questions of the hour, what's going on in Sudan right now. And we are giving voice to the voiceless as we are giving voice to the authorities, to the stakeholders, all the stakeholders, and that's our coverage from the beginning of the events.
Yeah, we are just showing some of that interview with the general conducted with Al Jazeera. Just before the bureau chief was arrested, we saw security forces using tear gas and gunfire on a group of anti-coup protesters. At least 8 people were killed, including a 13-year-old girl. We're seeing protests again today that have turned deadly. Certainly, this is a story that has to be covered. What are your fears then for your staff, for people working in the field, for people trying to work in the bureau to cover this story?
Lynda, we live nowadays in a different world. Actually, it is really interesting and surprising to know that the authorities in Sudan ordered all the domestic and local networks to shut down their signals. And this is happening in Sudan. You see these images now on air because people are using international SIM cards to send videos, to send content to the news organizations to use or post them on social media. It's a different world. The authorities in Sudan, in Tunisia, everywhere in the Middle East should know that they have to let journalists tell the story, and they have to deal with the journalistic community as if they are trying to put a spotlight on the crisis and trying to mitigate the crisis because they're giving the platform for all parties to discuss and negotiate and be part of a wider discussion. And that's what we are doing right now. What we are doing in Al Jazeera, on the top of the hour, we're inviting someone who is representing the army and someone who is representing the opposition. We're trying to have this kind of dialogue happening on air and let the Sudanese people decide. It is not about us trying to say that or try to escalate the situation on the ground at all. What we're trying to do is challenge the moral imagination of all parties to try to come to a common ground. And this is part of the media, the media core values. And that's exactly what we're trying to do here.
And Mohamed, just finally, this is far from the first time that Al Jazeera has faced arrests, raids, detention. Earlier this year, back in July, Al Jazeera, the office in Tunisia, was raided by security forces, expelling those inside. How do you rally after attacks like that on the free press? No doubt some staff are left pretty shaken.
It feels very good to have your spotlight on this, Lynda, and it feels like we are one convoy. I mean, it has to happen like this because this approach from the Western media to what's going on in the Middle East, they feel like the media is freely working, but this is not going on. This is not the situation in the Middle East. In the West, there is this kind of the media is acting as a mirror that reflects what's happening in the society. But what we have in the Middle East is that the media is being dragged to be part of the conflict cycle. The authorities everywhere in the Middle East look at the media as if it's an apparatus that they have to use or they have to shut. I mean, they're not into this kind of mindset that the media is going to help the society be better, is going to help the society get into a kind of cognitive thinking and try to have a more perspective amongst the people of the society. And that's because that's why we face this in Tunisia and Sudan, everywhere in the Middle East. When there is a situation on the ground, we cover it. Then the next day we are accused of being an escalator of what's going on. We're not escalating the situation. What we're doing is that we are giving voice to the voiceless. This is what we're trying to do now. And I mean, Lynda, we have 105 bureaus around the world. We haven't started this today or yesterday in Tunisia or Sudan. We've been covering the events 25 years, for 25 years.
I'm afraid we've got to leave it there.
We're not covering because, yeah, exactly.
Mohamed, Moawad, good to have you with us. Appreciate your time from Al Jazeera, managing editor of Al Jazeera. Thanks so much for your time and all the best. And thanks so much to all of you for watching One World. I'm Lynda Kinkade.